There's a specific income number where a raise literally stops being able to make you happier. Scientists actually found it.
Okay, unless that number is infinity, I'm not buying it.
$100,000. Above that, for some people, more money does nothing for how they feel. Nothing.
That contradicts every finance video on the internet. More money, more happy. That's the whole industry.
For most people, that part's true. A 2021 study tracked over 1 million real-time mood check-ins, and happiness kept climbing with income, no ceiling in sight. But in 2023, that same researcher teamed up with the guy behind the original Money Stops Mattering at 75K study, and together they found something both earlier studies had missed on their own.
Which is?
They split people by how happy they already were. For the happy majority, money keeps helping, all the way up. But for the unhappiest fifth, the ones already struggling, happiness rises with income only up to about 100,000. Past that, flatline. The raise just stops working.
So if you're already miserable, chasing the bigger paycheck is pointless.
Not pointless. Aimed at the wrong problem. You know that guy you used to work with? The one who made almost 4 times what you do now?
Marcus? Yeah. Guy had the corner desk, the parking spot, the whole thing.
What happened to him?
I actually don't know. He just stopped posting about work one day.
That's the story I want to get to. But first, you need to understand the trap he was probably in. Because it's got a name. Golden handcuffs.
Sounds like a good problem to have.
Here's the twist nobody says out loud. The job that's making you miserable is usually the exact same job you're staying in because of the money. You're using the poison as the cure.
That's bleak.
It's backed up, though. Research out of BMC Health Services Research, Forbes covered it last year, looked at why people stay in roles that are burning them out. The biggest predictor wasn't salary. It was identity. When your job matches who you think you are, you stay engaged. When it doesn't, it wears you down. But high enough paycheck can override that signal for years. You stop asking, is this job good for me? And start asking, can I afford to leave? And your brain quietly treats those as the same question. They're not.
Okay, but companies don't leave that to accident. They build the cage on purpose.
Right. That's the mechanical half. Say Marcus had $120,000 in stock that fully vests in 14 months, plus a retention bonus that pays out only if he's still there for the December close. Every piece of that is engineered to make just a few more months feel like the responsible choice. Forever. Walk away in month 11 and you don't just lose a paycheck, you watch 6 figures evaporate on a calendar you don't control. That's not weakness keeping people stuck. That's architecture.
So how does anyone actually get out of that?
There's a tool for this from a book called Your Money or Your Life. Decades old, still holds up. It's called your true hourly wage. Not salary divided by 2,100 hours a year. Your actual number. Take your income, subtract everything the job costs you to have. The commute, the decompression takeout, a wardrobe, the therapy you now need. Then divide by every hour it actually eats. Commute and Sunday night dread included.
That sounds like it would ruin someone's whole week.
For a lot of people, it's genuinely shocking. Someone making 4 times minimum wage on paper runs the math and finds their true hourly rate is barely above it, once you count what the job's actually taking.
Did Marcus ever run that number?
Eventually. And here's what he found. On paper, $250,000. Real hourly wage, once you subtracted the 60-hour weeks, the second car for the commute, the stress-related medical bills, and divided by every hour the job touched, it came out lower than a job he'd turned down 2 years earlier for 90 and a 4-day week.
So he quit.
He quit. Took the pay cut. Every metric on paper got worse. Income, title, the parking spot, gone.
And
He wasn't in that unhappy 20% anymore. Which meant for him, more money genuinely had stopped being the lever that moved anything. The lever that actually worked was hours back, and a job that matched who he thought he was. Different lever, same goal.
okay, but
that can't be the universal answer. You just said most people's happiness does keep climbing with income.
Exactly. And that's the part everyone skips when they tell this story is quit your job, get rich in happiness. For most people, staying and chasing the raise is completely correct. The 2023 study is clear about that. It's specifically the already unhappy minority where the math changes. So the real question was never should I quit? It's which one am I? And you cannot answer that by vibes. You answer it by actually wanting your number.
So the takeaway isn't go be Marcus.
The takeaway is figure out if you're already in that flatline 20% before you spend another year chasing a raise that mathematically cannot fix what's wrong. If you're not in it, climb. If you are, the fix was never going to be on your next paycheck anyway.
There's a dollar amount where a raise literally can't save you. And most people will never calculate the one number that tells them if they're standing on the wrong side of it.
Which side are you on? You won't know until you actually run it.